All right, we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, backstage curtain calls, rumors, dramas, and updates. We talk about inactive statuses and injury updates as well. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings. We talk about promotions from New Japan Professional Wrestling to AEW to the GCW to Stardom. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show, 1010%. So make sure you guys Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network. All right, just kind of reflect on what we talked about right quick. We had our WWE Monday Night Raw recap. We had our NXT review. And now, without further ado, we're going to talk about some AEW Dynamites. Winter is coming. We have a sneak peek. Like I said, I'm already aware that it aired on the East Coast already. So if you have DirecTV, obviously, if you guys already, you already seen it, or do other cable providers besides DirecTV do that? I'm not too sure. But, I've not checked a single shred of social media, no TikTok, no Facebook, anything like that to kind of get any updates. So I'm going in absolute blind. Can't wait to watch it when I get done. I got it recorded, and it should be a pretty awesome episode. All right, guys. So without further ado, it's Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning into the GSMC Sports Network. We're here to talk about some Dynamite, which is Winter's Coming sneak peek. So let's, we're live in the T-Mobile Center in the Kansas City, Missouri, home of the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. It'd be cool to kind of see if, maybe a couple of Chiefs are there. That would be, honestly, I think Tony Khan would definitely, appreciate Patrick Mahomes being in the crowd, which I doubt he would. I think he's a WWE guy. But, it should be interesting to kind of find out if, they decided to do something with kind of Chiefs themed. I know with the deal of HBO Max, that's kind of the reason why they have these HBOs. Winter is coming, the Starks of Winterfell, Game of Thrones kind of feel, but we have a great card set up. We have Jon Moxley and the Bastard Pack taking on Switchblade, Jay White, and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. I do like this new mesh of superstars. You have superstars that are literally on the brink of destroying each other, forced to tag team to take down a common enemy that's running rampant all over All Elite Wrestling, which the Death Riders are literally doing. In the women's division, Marina Shafir, you have Wheeler Yuta, Jon Moxley, the Bastard Pack, and Claudio Castagnoli, all literally changing the way AEW is literally run. I feel like this Death Riders, this obviously, after Bryan Danielson, he was defeated by Jon Moxley and he retired. This storyline has literally kind of sucked all the air out of the room. And when I say that, when you think about the heels, that were on AEW, you had Hangman Adam Page come back, with an axe to grind to take out Swerve Strickland. Now he's getting a little mutual, a little bit where he's not mutual. He's neutral. Where he's not, he's still kind of like, hinting at a heel, but he's not necessarily there yet. Also, Switchblade, Jay White of the Bang Bang Gang, when they were, double trios champion and 6-man Ring of Honor champions, they were kind of, the Bang Bang Gang was a little obnoxious. Like, it was kind of like, it was a little weird. And, all these switch, and then you had the Elite, Matthew, Nicholas Jackson, Kazuchika Okada, and Jack Perry. Now a couple of months ago, it just seems like their momentum is dead. And now they're going after the IWGP vacated titles in New Japan Professional Wrestling. They're going to fight for them at AEW Dynasty. So literally this storyline with the Death Riders literally changed the landscape of AEW. So Tony Khan, these are only good things with Jon Moxley kind of being at the helm, kind of steering things in terms of creative. I heard he actually is kind of doing his own stories, which so far, it seems like it's making sense. I do like how this new Death Riders storyline has literally lit a fire. They lit a fire under Orange Cassidy. How he went, how he was literally on Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage. Came out with like a t-shirt and jeans, sunglasses, not really acting like he gives an F or anything like that. So this kind of he seems like a more active, maybe he's, he has this responsibility. He's like, you know what, maybe I can't just keep skating on by in AEW. I got to stand up for myself. I got to stand up for everybody in the locker room. I got to stand up for the crowd to make sure Jon Moxley doesn't stay the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, because so far it's been nothing but chaos. It's been nothing but bad things. Even Christian Cage, he seems like, although he is still, top rated, jerk and top rated heel, even him, people are kind of chanting him on, wanting him to get into the fray, wanting him to, defeat Jon Moxley. So, this whole storyline is some predictability. I like it. I think it's cool. It's a nice direction. And I think at this time, AEW definitely needs that. Adam Cole takes on Kyle O'Reilly in a one-on-one match to find out who takes on MJF at No Surrender? No, it's not No Surrender. I think that's... No, damn it. Oh, I'm getting my pay-per-views, my PLEs mixed up. I think with TNA. I think No Surrender is TNA. I'm not too sure. It's... I like this match. I definitely like this match because you have two talented superstars going at it. Former friends. You have this lingering storyline, this chemistry that nobody really can ignore. Adam Cole's kind of in that point where he's like, you know what? This is like a new character development with him. Like, no one really expected him to come back and be a total babyface. You've seen Mike Taven and... you see Matt Taven and Mike Bennett shift gears on Ring of Honor as well. And then, obviously, Kyle O'Reilly, still Kyle O'Reilly. He's pretty awesome. Roderick Strong even, I feel like after losing to Mark Briscoe, failing to get that Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, like, he just seemed like a different dude. A handshake at the end showing sportsmanship, and I think it's a nice little shift for the Undisputed Kingdom because, it gets to the point where you just have this, wash, rinse, and repeat kind of mentality in the world of professional wrestling, and fans, can they pick it up? They pick it up and they're like, you know what, like, come on, guys, you're gonna have something different here. So overall, it's been good. Mariah May defends her AEW World Women's Championship against Mina Shirakawa tonight. This match, it's going to be good. It's going to be... I personally think that, I think Mariah May is going to retain. I think she's going to retain, and maybe, somewhere, some way, maybe, and like I said, I have no idea. I haven't watched it. Maybe Toni Storm kind of finds her way back into the fray because, Mariah May, she's cool. Like, she is, she's all right. She's all right. But as a champion... Like, that classic case of Liv Morgan and Cody Rhodes, sometimes you can be a good chaser, but once when you have the title, once when you have the strap on you, it's not the same feel. It's not, you don't really get the crowd riled up like you used to. And, obviously the turn against Toni Storm was one of the best storylines in AEW this past year. Definitely on my awards list for, storyline of the year in 2024. But... I want to see this match. I want to see it done right. I don't want Mina Shirakawa to seem weak. I don't want her to seem like, she's not a top tier contender like she is. But then again, I don't want to see Mariah May kind of seem like she was just Toni Storm's sidekick. Just kind of seem like she was just a pretty face that she's not really ready to kind of hold up that title. Not quite just yet. So there's, this match, if it's done really well, and the women's division in AEW right now, I gotta be honest, it's kind of a little lackluster. It's not being, it's not that great, and they need a nice bounce back. They need a nice bounce back. Obviously, you can blame, Mercedes Moné coming in and kind of stealing all the power, yada yada yada, according to reports and stuff like that. But I feel like this match. Done really, really well. This could possibly be a match of the year kind of candidate. But, two gifted women's superstars going at it, so it should be pretty badass. Claudio Castagnoli takes on Will Ospreay, Continental Championship. Will Ospreay's actually, he's been taking quite a bit of dubs. Quite a bit of, L's recently on AEW. So it'd be kind of nice to see him getting back into the win column. But actually, what? I think Will won last week. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But with this whole Claudio, because he came so close. Last year, he came so close to winning. And if he wins, then he's taking on, Kaz Okada And it could be, it could be definitely one of the matches. It could be a great match. It could be a great match. You would have the Death Rider storyline kind of intertwining with the Elite, kind of maybe hinting at, okay, maybe Matthew and Nicholas Jackson come back and, maybe they're good guys now. Who knows? But then again, you could have Will Ospreay have a chance, because you kind of always want Will to be part of the main storyline. And because so many fans love watching him. And he's loved by the AEW universe whenever he comes out. Fans love him. They buy his merchandise. They're literally into this guy. And, by all power to them. He's definitely he's amazing. He's one of the most incredible wrestlers in the world of professional wrestling. WWE had a chance to sign him, but ultimately dropped the ball. AEW picked him up, and they've done right by him. They've done right by him. And Will Ospreay, literally, I feel like Will Ospreay is one of those top names that has been holding AEW abroad, holding them afloat. Once when Cody Rhodes left, once when CM Punk left, once we had, superstars like Jade Cargill on the women's division left as well. It doesn't have that same, but Will has done a great job. Definitely love Will Ospreay. The aerial assassin, definitely a future champion, whether it's the Continental Championship, because, Kazuchika Okada, him against Will Ospreay, they've had some top-tier matches, according to Dave Meltzer. So it'd be kind of cool to see those guys go at it once again. But like I said, I think they're going to give it to Claudio, because how damn close he came, last year. Well, lastly, we got Ricochet taking on Brody King in Continental Gold League, championship once again. Couple things, what's going to go on with Christian and, the Patriarchy tonight. Also, what's next for the Hurt Syndicate. Last week you saw him, you saw them, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Bobby Lashley take out a whole bunch of security guards, which is, cool. Like, that's awesome, I guess, I want to see something more for them. I want to see something more. I want to see something better. And hopefully tonight, after winter is coming, hopefully we will get more of a direction of where these three men are headed. All right, guys. So hey, do not go anywhere. Happy birthday to Rey Mysterio. His birthday is December 11th. He's celebrating the big 5-0. I got some bad news for you guys, but make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys, stay, don't touch that tile, and we can talk about some good old-fashioned Rey Mysterio when we come back. So, hey, do not go anywhere.